People who don't make decisions or who take a long time to make a decision, who go back and forth, they don't get booked again. They may not even get booked in the first place. They just get known as being kind of annoying. What's up, people? I'm Viv May, the official multi-hyphenate queen. Go on the internet, do your Googles, it's all there. And this is the Creative Survival Guide. Let's get into it. Guys, you can lose opportunities if you're indecisive. Time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. Shout out to WizKid and Thames. If someone emails you or they contact you because they want to book you or they want to hire you, chances are they've contacted other people as well. And the person who comes back to them quickest and with all the information is probably the person they're going to go with. Be quick. People who don't make decisions or who take a long time to make a decision, who go back and forth, they don't get booked again. They may not even get booked in the first place. Million question people don't get hired. They just get known as being kind of annoying. And by kind of, I mean very. No one ever knows the outcome for certain, even if you're like 99% sure that something's going to pan out a certain way, that 1% will always be there to be like,
gotcha.
What you need to do is make a decision and line up with it. It might be that you're thinking about the past way too much. So a similar situation in the past that's happened and you think that you're going to have the same outcome this time. So you're overthinking it, you're going over what happened before, and that's preventing you from making a decision now. If you find that you're thinking about the past too much, ask yourself this question. Is it now? No. Be here now. The past is the past. It's there to guide us, but it's not there to determine what we do next. It's not supposed to hold us back. That's not what we're doing here. It might be that you're thinking of the worst possible outcome. Don't do that. That's not helpful. Think of the best possible outcome. Isn't that a nicer thought? On a serious note, if you are worried about what the consequence of the outcome could be, maybe have a contingency in place. Have like a little backup plan if things don't go the way you want them to. So then you've got that like peace of mind, especially if there's really high stakes, if there's maybe money involved. And if you're really scared, if the worst possible outcome is going to be like catastrophic, then maybe just don't do it. Maybe that's the decision. Yeah, it might be that you're thinking of the future outcome, but then thinking about what comes after that. Don't waste your time thinking way too far ahead. Just put one foot in front of the other and keep it moving. Watch my video on F a 5-year plan. Of course, it's natural to think about what the future could be if you make this decision, but don't consider the future and then the future after the future and then the future after the future's future. Too many futures. I got broads in Atlanta. Is that future? Credit cards and the scammers. I don't know why I did that. It might be that you are scared of failing and being really embarrassed by it. First of all, putting yourself out there is embarrassing. It's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be awkward. You've got to just do it anyway. You have to push past that. Put yourself out there. And if people judge you, they're gonna move on. Listen to my TikTok. This is your reminder to post your content. If you're worried that people are judging you, they probably are, but it's all good because in about 2 seconds, they'll have swiped and they'll be judging someone else. I was spitting bars that day. So don't let the fear of looking a bit silly stop you from making whatever decision it is that you need to make. Now, I am here to help. I'm here to offer solutions, how to help you overcome being a maybe baby and be more decisive. So, number 1, don't be afraid to be wrong. It's fine. We all make the wrong decision every now and again. Just know that, look, if something doesn't work out, you learn from it, you move differently next time. If you are really wrong and you need to apologize, then do that. At the end of the day, it's not about the decision that you make and whether it worked out or not. It's about the action you take after, how you move after that decision. The second thing you can do is get a mentor. If you find it hard to make decisions or take action in a given direction, maybe you need a mentor that you check in with, that you can kind of bounce your ideas off and who can help guide you. Now, they're not supposed to be your crutch. Don't use your mentor to make all your decisions. But if they have expertise in a certain area and you don't, and that's the reason you're struggling to make certain decisions, lean on your mentor. That's the person who can help and advise you. Again, don't make your mentor the decider of your destiny. No, they're there to support you, but ultimately you make the final decision. You're the big boss. You might find certain decisions harder to make than others, and if that's the case, then explore why. Don't just struggle every time this comes round. It might be when you're quoting and you don't really know what you should be charging in that particular area, and so you're spending a lot of time going back and forth. If that's the case, speak to people in your field, do your research, look at what you've quoted in the past, look at what you're comfortable with, and I would suggest writing that down, having it on a piece of paper or a document where you've clearly laid out what your fees are and for what, so that the next time you're asked to quote for whatever it is, you can go to that document and have the fees that you usually charge or you'd like to charge laid out for you. And if you want to, you can adjust them slightly, but you have that template there and you're not kind of doing that whole indecisive dance again. You might find that you're indecisive when it comes to working with a new client or working with a new venue. Again, if that's a pattern that's coming up for you, what can you do? Can you ask for references? Can you check in with other people who've worked with them or at that venue? Even then, you can never really know until you actually do it yourself. So maybe if it's practical, set up a little Zoom call, a little meeting, a little get to know each other. Something like chill, something informal, so you can kind of gauge the vibe, gauge what the person's like. And then when it comes to actually working with them, you have a feel for what they're like, and then you're more confident going into that situation. If you're spiritual, pray about it. Pray about it. Put it in the hands of the one above and move. Take a break. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Sometimes you've just been staring at the screen for too long. So leave your laptop, off you go, change of environment. You'll find, especially if you go out for a walk and just get into nature, it clears your mind. And you'll find a lot of the time that the decision is a lot easier to make. Pay attention to the thoughts underneath the decision. Stay with me. Are you thinking, if I don't do this, they're not going to like me? If that's the case, are you people pleasing? Or you might be thinking, if I don't take this gig, I might not get another gig. That's a scarcity mindset. You think that you have to take that gig that you don't really want to do because a better one won't come along. There might be imposter syndrome stuff going on under there. Do you see what I mean? Pay attention to the thoughts underneath the thoughts, because often it's not just, I don't know which one to go for. There's always a reason. What are the reasons underneath? Close your laptop. That's the laptop. Close it. Information overload. So when you're trying to make a decision, if you find that you're researching, getting all the information before you act, there is such a thing as too much information. Give yourself an amount of time that you're going to research, or specific number of resources that you're going to look at to help inform your decision, and then act. Set a deadline. Say, by this time, I'm going to make my decision. I'm going to maybe write a list of the good things about the decision, the bad things about the decision, and then on this day or by this time, I'm going to make my decision, and that's going to be it. I hope this video helps you become more confident in your decision making. Let me know if you're really good at making decisions. Let me know if you struggle, if you find that you hesitate a lot. Let's connect, let's chat. Comment. You can, of course, message me on all the socials. I am at Viv May Official. I wish you a fabulous week, my creatives, and I will see you in the next video.